Across Weber and Morgan counties now, 15 cities and other organizations are coming together now to fund a new Children's Justice Center, they say, to better serve some of Utah's most vulnerable victims of crime.
ABC4 Northern Utah correspondent Kate Garner is in Ogden with that story. Kate.
Dozens of city leaders, law enforcement, and supporters attend a groundbreaking.
We're actually ready to dig the hole. We're anxious for it.
After years of planning,
I would go in and they would say, well, why do we need the CJC? Tell us some more about that.
The Weber Morgan Children's Justice Center is getting a new home. 15 cities helping pay for a new building after learning how common child abuse cases are.
And then they would say, do we have any cases in our city? And I would say, last year you had 43 cases that come out of your jurisdiction, your city, and they were shocked.
The center's director, Rod Layton, says the center was the first in Utah and one of the first in the nation when established nearly 3 decades ago. Since then, a lot has changed. The center has called multiple buildings home, but the goal has remained the same: to create a place where small voices can be heard. While the spot right now is just a few mounds of dirt, by the end of the year, it'll look like this. At the center, children who are victims of different types of abuse have access to healthcare services and a safe environment for police interviews.
You have situations where there's multiple interviews, and where this place here is we can minimize the need for multiple interviews and to reduce the trauma that happens to these kids when they're so young and volatile in these situations.
Layton says just in the last few years, annual cases have risen from 500 to 900, and the kids come from all backgrounds. Ogden School District is leasing this land to the center for their expansion for $1 a year for 99 years.
These are all our children. I mean, so the CJC and the work that they do is special. It reaches far into our community. We have the same kids that we work with during the school day, and we want to provide support for our community and our children.
The new plot is big enough for current needs and for future growth. The plan is for the center to be completed by the end of the year to avoid having to turn away any kids in need.
There's a lot of trauma. As those kids walk through the front door, we've got to somehow reduce that trauma from the very start.
Reporting in Ogden, Kate Garner, ABC4 News.